So hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Welcome, Fall Play family. As I had said before, you're all members of the family, and we're always excited to have new members of the ever-expanding family. You know that Miss Amelia and Miss Hastings, who's working with us this year as the assistant director, she is a former Fall Play student, and in fact, she was Mrs. Kirby in the first incarnation of You Can't Take It With You. So this is kind of almost like an anniversary kind of a thing, is why we kind of went back to the beginning this year. After the year we had last year, it seemed like a good place to kind of restart. Hi, I am Courtney Williams. I am an English teacher here at Bethel Park High School, and I'm also the director of the Fall Play. This year's Fall Play is called You Can't Take It With You, and our dates of production are November 11th, 12th, and 13th. That's a Thursday through a Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $5, and they are available at the door each night. This play actually was first produced in 1936 on Broadway, so it has been around for quite some time, and it's often a popular revival not only on Broadway, but obviously in local high schools and in local theater productions. You Can't Take It With You is a wonderful play because it's a fun play. It's about families, and it is about a quirky family. We have Alice and Tony who are in love, and Alice is a little concerned about what's going to happen when the two families meet. Will her family be just a little too quirky for the Kirbys? And that's what we find out in the play.
Now do you see what I mean? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain Grandpa? You couldn't, Tony. You couldn't. I love you, Tony, but I love them too. And it's no use. It's no use.
As we all know, families can be a challenge. I think we all have, in all of our families, we can all be a little quirky, but that makes families fun, and that's what makes families special, is that we realize how unique some of our personalities might be. And so again, I find it to be a very identifiable, very fun play, and it's populated with just a host of characters who are so delightful, and I feel like the kids are really enjoying kind of playing these characters because they do get to go a little bit overboard, and because it is a comedy, it allows for that as well, and I think that's something that the audience will enjoy too, is the comedic aspect of the play.
Ah, magnificent! Life is chasing around inside of me like a squirrel.
There's so many people here to thank who support us. First of all, I have to thank Mr. Amarind and Mr. Cable, who have tirelessly over the years helped us produce the Fall Play featurettes, which is a special thing so that the community can find out more about what these marvelous kids can do.
I'm Summer Barkley. I play Alice Sycamore. So Alice is the daughter of Penny and Paul Sycamore, and she is kind of characterized as the only normal one in the family. Everyone else has a quirky trait about them, but Alice is really the only one who works a 9-to-5 job and has considered a normal life.
Listen, people, listen. I'm not home for dinner. A young gentleman is calling for me.
Really? Who is it? Well, isn't that wonderful?
I did everything possible to keep him from coming here, but he's calling for me.
Why don't you two stay for dinner?
No, I want him to take you in easy doses. I've done everything I can to try and prepare him, but don't make it any worse than you can help. Mother, don't read him any plays, and Grandpa, don't let any snakes bite him because I like him. And Essie, I wouldn't dance for him because we're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
Gosh, can't do anything. Who is he? President of the United States?
No, he's Vice President of Kirby and Company, Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.
The boss's son.
The boss's son, just like the movies.
My name is Dylan Fennell. I play Tony Kirby. Tony Kirby is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Kirby, and he is engaged to Alice, who's the daughter of the Vanderhoffs. The whole show kind of revolves around the romance between him and Alice.
I wouldn't trade 1 minute of this evening for all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
I am Andrew Williams. I'm playing the role of Grandpa Vanderhoff. Grandpa Vanderhoff is a man who doesn't believe in taxes. That's the main thing. Loves relaxing and just kind of takes life by the reins. Got a date with a policeman.
Policeman?
Yes, sir. Got a standing meeting, 12:30 every night. See, he's really a doctor. Known him since he was a little boy. See, he's really a doctor. But after he graduated, he came to me and said he didn't want to be a doctor. He'd always wanted to be a policeman. So I said to him, go ahead and be a policeman if that's what you want to be. And so he did. Say, how do you like my new hat?
Oh, it's very nice, Mr. Vanderhoff.
I agree. The government gave it to me.
Hi, my name is Hayden Patterson. I am Paul Sycamore. Even though he's in his late 50s, he is quite an energetic individual, and he spends most of his time in his cellar with Miss DePinna working on fireworks.
Ah, yes, Miss DePinna. A good night's work.
Yes, that's what? 500 Black Panthers, 300 Willow Trees, and 8 dozen Junior Kitty Bombers.
My name is Kat Tenna. I'm Penny Sycamore. So she's the mom of Alice and Essie, and she writes plays, but she's not very good at it.
Well, do come right in, Mr. Kirby. Now, this really is Mr. Kirby. Now, I'm Alice's mother, and this is Mr. Sycamore, and that's Alice's grandfather, and Alice's sister, and her husband, Ed Carmichael. There, now you know all of us.
My name is Anna Kelly. I play Essie Carmichael. Essie is the daughter of Penny Sycamore. She's married to a man named Ed. She makes candies and her husband Ed sells them. And she's been studying ballet for 8 years, but she is terrible at it.
Hello there. Hello.
Look, what do you people think? And I just saw friend Sarah and Ginger Rogers. Do you think she could dance, Mr. Kirby?
Why, yes, I always thought so.
Well, what can she do anyhow? Now, your friend Sarah and I'm Ginger Rogers.
Essie, please.
Oh, I only want to use him for a minute. Now, Mr. Kirby. Essie, you're just as good as Ginger Rogers. We all agree. You see, Ed?
Yeah, come on, we're butting in here.
Oh, they've been together all evening. Good night, Mr. Kirby. Good night, Alice.
Good night, Mr. Carmichael. Good night. Essie, did you ask Grandpa about us having a baby?
Oh, yes. He said to go right ahead.
She's this very fun, silly, very energetic character who just doesn't know what's going on half the time. But she's a lot of fun to play.
Now, pirouette. Come, you can do that. It's 8 years now. Aunt Trisha.
My name is Grace Skalniak, and I play Kolenkov in this play, You Can't Take It With You. I am a Russian dance teacher. The original version of the role was a really husky man, but we're kind of doing a different take on the character, and I really like it. It's very fun to step into this interesting role and to hang out with the rest of the cast members. We're all pretty close. I had a teacher for French in 7th grade. Her name was Mrs. Aristigi. But that's not the only Russian I've met before. I was at the art museum with my dad, and I heard this guy and his son, and they were talking in a language that I didn't know what language they were talking in. At first I thought it was German, then I thought it was Spanish, then I thought it was Italian. So I went over to ask them what language it was, and they said they were speaking Russian. And so they asked, do you know Russian? And I said, well, I have a teacher who is Russian. And I did. It was Mrs. Aristigi, who taught French at Independence Middle School. And they told me to say this to Mrs. Aristigi. They told me to say, Ja nenavishu francuski. And that means, I hate French. I followed it up with Ja lublю francuski, which means, I love French.
Soviet government. Government, I can take the whole Soviet government and...
My name is Jamison Myers. I play Mr. Kirby. I am Tony's father, and I sort of act as like in opposition to Grandpa, which is a major figure in the play. I'm sort of a very uptight businessman. I have no tolerance for any fun or games or anything like that?
I demand an explanation.
Keep your mouth shut, you.
My name is Bella Stasek. I play Mrs. Kirby. Mrs. Kirby is married to Mr. Kirby and Tony's mother, and she's a rich woman because Mr. Kirby's a businessman. So she kind of acts like she's rich, and you know she's rich by the way she acts, and she screams at the slightest little things.
I think if you don't mind, perhaps we'd better be going.
Mother.
My name is Evan Mannion. I am a senior this year, and I play the role of Donald in this production. He's a funny guy. He's always willing to help out the Sycamores in any way. He's the handyman of the Sycamore family, and he's a fun person to be around with. Back when we did the fireworks on the 4th, I was the special effects operator. That position, they got to go out on stage and be like a character, and I got to hit a button, and just seeing the crowd, I thought that was like the best experience. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll try it. So I always like to be on stage and like look out into the audience and just be amazed by it. I like root beer.
My name is Meredith Myers. I play Miss DePinna. She kind of showed up at the Sycamore house and just stays and makes fireworks in their basement. She's kind of like a socially awkward character. She prefers to stay in her cellar. She was also originally a male role, which we had to change.
Oh, Miss DePinna, if a boy you loved entered a monastery, what would you do?
Oh, I don't know, Miss Sycamore. It's been so long.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Taylor. I'm in 10th grade, and I play Reba in the show. Reba is a maid for the Sycamore family, and they don't treat her like a maid. They treat her like she's part of the family, so it's really nice.
Oh, I couldn't get up on my toes, Kolinkoff. I've got corns.
My name's Isabella Zallo. I play Gay Wellington and the Grand Duchess. So the Grand Duchess moved from Russia, and she's now working. I don't want to give too much away. She's now working. And she has some friends here, some family, and they all have some interesting jobs, I would say. She does too. Very different from her life in Russia, so I'll put it at that. Gay Wellington, on the other hand, super fun part as well. She is a drunk actress. She comes to the house, somebody drags her in the house, sings a lot, and loves to fall asleep when she gets drunk. So both really fun roles. The Grand Duchess has sort of a Russian accent, Gay Wellington, very slurred words, so it's really fun to play both those parts. Very different, but really fun.
I'm Maggie Babiak. My name is W.C. Henderson. I'm from the government. I collect income tax. I'm not a very popular character, not very nice.
Not with my money, no ma'am.
Now wait a minute. I am not here to argue with you. All I know is that you haven't paid your income tax and you have to pay it.
Hi, my name's Samara Rowe. I play G-Man number 1. I am a very angry woman. Like, I yell the whole time. I have to go to Grandpa and tell him to pay his income tax because he hasn't paid it for years.
Shut up. What's your name?
Edward Carmichael. I haven't done anything.
You haven't, huh?
This all seems rather high-handed to me, officer. What's it all about?
My name's Madison Rudolph.
Isabel Townsend.
I play G-Man 3. It's pretty much like an FBI from like the 1930s. It's a G-Man.
Jim or G-Man number, I think 2. I drag someone across the stage and then walk upstairs.
Not only are the actors so talented, we also have a very talented stage crew. Something that's special about our technical students is that they are the ones who do everything for the stage. So when you see the lighting, when you see any special effects, any of the props, the building of the set, that's all done by students. And that's something that's actually a bit of an anomaly, because in many schools it's not always the students who do that technical end. And certainly as part of the school, we do train students for careers. And we have students who come back, such as Miss Koval.
Hi, I'm Jessica Koval. I'm the stage crew sponsor and production manager for the play You Can't Take It With You. So the stage crew members all work behind the scenes to make all the theater magic happen. So they will be sitting at the light board programming all the individual lights to come on in whatever style the director decides she would like. They'll be back at the soundboard putting people in microphones so that everyone can hear all the lines, and they'll also research different effects in the period and style of the play, so all the sound cues that you'll hear. They'll be backstage making sure that all the props and costumes are where they need to be for the cast members when they come off the stage, and moving all the scenery as needed.
My name is Claudia Strager. I am a senior, and I am stage manager for the fall play. So for a stage manager, I'm at every single rehearsal, and I write down the cues for sound, lights, and stage. I'm the one that says, sound cue 6, go, and then the music starts playing, or the music stops. Or when the scene changes and the lights go out and the curtain closes, like everything that happens, I call it over headset, and it happens.
Miss DePina, will you go turn off the light, please? I want else to get the full effect.
What, Father?
Check out this new red fire I just made. There. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
So for lighting, we have some fun effects for this one. The kids get to program some fire and firework effects. So they get to create different lighting states and use fog machines and special effects like that to create the eccentricities, the hobbies of the characters of the play.
I'm Ben Cannon, and I'm a junior at Bethel Park High School. I'm a master electrician. I look for any errors in lighting, and I help primarily with all the lighting. On some work days, I would have to help paint or build stuff.
I am Matthew Kurtz. I am in 12th grade, and I am the soundboard operator for the fall play. I turn on and off people and make sure they are quiet or louder if necessary. I also am responsible for putting people in the mics.
My name is Margaret Matea. I am a junior. I'm 17, and I am the assistant sound head for stage crew.
I help with the sound cues, sound effects, the music, and we have to watch for the sound cues as the play progresses. So we'll note down sound 20, sound 21, and we also unmute and mute the actors' mics as they are talking. As one actor is on stage, you can't hear the other ones that are backstage.
So for this play, we had to create a box set. All of our flats, our stock scenery walls are 8 feet tall, but when we have cast members go up the staircase and exit, we could see the top of their heads, so the kids had to build a lot of 2-foot wall sections and attach them to the 8-foot walls.
My name is Connor Smith. I'm a sophomore this year, and I run the gallery, and I helped build the set. As the assistant master carpenter, I built all the walls that you're gonna see up in the fall play this year, and what holds them up. We built the jack stands to keep the walls from falling over on people. And as gallery operator, all of the grand curtain specifically is what we're going to be using for this. I will be the one that is flying it in and out. Like during intermission, I'll bring the curtain in, or during opening, I'll bring the curtain out.
We also had to hang all of the paintings, all of the details, such as like books on the bookshelf, everything that helps create the world of the play. The kids went and found the props or built them.
My name is Shelby Yanish. I'm a senior, and I am the assistant stage manager. I've been in stage crew since I was 8th grade. This is my 4th fall play at the high school. I am the person on charge on stage during performances and rehearsals. I am in charge of scene changes and the grips as well, and scenery and set pieces as well.
My name is Cameron Wallace. I am in 9th grade, and I am a prop assistant / grip. It means that I make all of the handheld props in the play. When I was younger, I had an aunt who was really passionate in cartoon drawing, so I learned most of like the stuff I do from her, and the more realistic drawings that I do, I learned from my father.
I think everyone could gain a lot of information and knowledge from working on Stage Crew. I think it's a good way to come in, and it's a group effort. So if you're interested in lighting or sound or scenery or costumes, there's a little bit of stuff for everybody, but it's also working with everybody else to bring this play together, and that includes like working with cast members and directors and everything like that. So it's just a good way to come together and build something magical that an audience gets to watch, and you get to feel that live response and feedback from the audience on the nights of performances. So it's a great opportunity.
And certainly as part of the school, we do train students for careers. And we have students who come back, such as Miss Koval, who is a Bethel Park alumni, and she's come back to Bethel Park to share her knowledge of that technical theater with our students. And so these are careers that they can build as well.
I've been getting into theater recently, and it's fun. It's really fun, and I really like it.
I've been involved with Stage Crew since about 4th grade, and I just fell in love with it because it helped me feel like I was able to do something, and I got really involved and wanted to learn how to do everything so I could eventually maybe put on my own shows or something.
Yeah, this is something that I hope to also pursue in the future, whether it's just in my free time or in college.
I enjoy welding more. That's what I've started focusing on a lot, along with auto body. Stage Crew helped me find out what I wanted to do in life. It gave me that essence of building and putting this all together.
Like, you should definitely be a part of it. I mean, there's so many different jobs and things like that. Like, you'll definitely find something that you enjoy.
Consider joining Stage Crew.
Again, the list of thanking is so long for us, and that's awesome to have so many people to thank. I mean, obviously, Miss Koval and Stage Crew are tremendous, and they make us look good. The art club, who helped us with our set, and Miss Landy and their wonderful support.
I'm Paige Landay, and I am the high school art teacher here at Bethel Park High School. And I'm also the art club sponsor, and we're working on the set painting.
I'm Alexa Esposito. I'm a junior, and I'm here representing the art club.
So the art club, we meet every Wednesday from 2:30 to 3:30, and it's a group of all grades 9 through 12. We are a very welcoming, diverse group of students that come in, and every week we have some sort of different activity. So we actually have one member of the art club that is on the Stage Crew.
Okay.
So she was in need of some extra hands and some extra help. And then also Jess Koval, I believe,
Yep.
and Courtney Williams contacted me asking if I could come down and help along with the art club members to create that blended look for the molding, which was something that they needed an art teacher kind of eye to help with that blending and helping the students create that look. We're here to support, and especially it's cool we get to see the artwork that we've been working on in that sort of setting.
And we certainly have such a wonderful resume of students at Bethel Park from our arts program who have done so much. And so I think it's wonderful that both our school board and our community support our arts program and understand how much it gives to students. That not only does it give them a place within their community, within their student community, but it also helps to train students for their eventual careers. And something with acting and with theater, we have so many local theaters such as Little Lake and South Park and the Heritage Players. And so those are opportunities that hopefully students in their adult lives can even go into and work with those community theaters. Little Lake Theater provided for us the majority of our furniture on the stage, and so we are so thankful for their help and support of our high school. Of course, our administrators, Mr. Villani, Mr. Fonzie, Dr. Kuczynski, Ms. Franzak, and of course, Dr. Walsh, our school board, and the Bethel Park community who come out and support our students and support our arts program. I am always so very, very thankful to them and to what they do for us, because it helps our students to have this wonderful creative outlet. Of course, I always have to thank my father, William Falls, and my husband, David Williams, because they give me so much support. They do so much for the production. And even though my mom is no longer with us, she spent so many years doing the students' bios and the programs, and she inspired me, and I hope to continue forth that legacy that she has inspired for me with my students and with Bethel Park. Working with this cast, each cast is special, and one of my favorite things about Fall Play is the students started calling themselves the Fall Play family. And I have to say that in all of this, I am most proud of that, because that the students feel that they have a connection to each other and they do something that they call family. There is nothing more wonderful than that for me as an adult who works with those kids, to see those connections. And so many years I have former Fall Play alumni who come back to see the play, and I have students like Miss Amelia Hastings, who helped us this year with costuming consulting and with makeup consulting and with some of our audition process. That to me is so wonderful, that we have students who are coming back and who've gone on in the field and who still feel that Fall Play was a special experience for them.
This is my last year here, and it's just been a great time, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
I love the sense of community in stage crew and in the theater in general. It's always just a really big family here.
They definitely do treat it less like a family. It's not just like a cast or like a group of people. You really do just become really close to everyone in this cast. It's awesome.
Well, overall, the Fall Play has just always been something that I look forward to, that I know a lot of people in the community look forward to, the staff of the school, everything like that. But in particular, this Fall Play, it's a great show, yes, but after COVID, in the last few years, we didn't really get to see a play other than Charlie Brown, which was an amazing show. It was just not in the fall. So it's kind of cool to be back in that time of the year and have a full-on production, full-on set, the art club's with us. It's just a great production and a great club to be a part of.
You should come see this show because everyone in crew and the cast has worked very hard on this show.
I think it's a really good storyline, like with the connection between Alice and Tony, and the comedy. It's really funny, like really funny.
It's so much fun. It's definitely something that there's something for everyone in it, and anyone who comes is just gonna have a great time seeing this. So
our cast have worked so hard to make the show great, and it's just a genuinely really good play.
And of course, we all have to thank Mr. Cromie, who we enjoy hearing on our phones when he sends us messages, but we also appreciate all of his efforts in getting the message out to Bethel Park about coming to see the Fall Play. You can't take it with you. We certainly appreciate those tireless efforts that he does for all of us. I certainly hope that you're all going to join us for this fun play, You Can't Take It With You, that will be running Thursday through Saturday, November 11th through 13th at 7 p.m. here at Bethel Park High School. Tickets are $5 and they are available at the door. Come have a wonderful night with the theater and see what these awesome kids at Bethel Park High School do each year in our arts program. Thank you so much to all of you in Bethel Park for your continual support of us. Again, thank you to Mr. Cable and Mr. Amrine at BPTV for believing us and helping people to be aware of what we do. Thank you all.
Oh, I know what it is. You get up and you just take a couple of steps up. I don't think I can take a lesson.
She's going to because when Grandpa says like that's enough, that whereas Penny has to kind of do this, like Miss DePina is just doing this really grand. So it helps them.